Alright, man, this video, I'm trying to make it quick. Because I don't know if I want to talk about Atlanta Falcons tonight. I want to save it from that week. I'll probably save the Atlanta Falcons from that week. You know, 'cause they still got a chance with the Saints losing too. And Josh Dobbs too. You know, Josh Dobbs is the NFC South slayer. Dude beat the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints back-to-back weeks. But this video is about Atlanta for college football. You know what I'm saying? SEC championship game. You know, when I was at the house, I thought about it. You know, I was like, the committee really want the SEC to miss the playoffs. Like, literally, the SEC might miss the playoffs the way the committee got it set up, dog. Think about it. You know, these teams not winning like I thought. I mean, they not losing like they thought they would. You know, it's still some couple games left. Who knows? But I mean, unless like Florida Gators beat Florida State, you know, and then like Oregon State beats Oregon or something, you know, and Washington lose to somebody else. I just don't know. And of course, like you got Louisville. Louisville got Miami this week, and Louisville should have lost Virginia. Virginia had the game. You know, they kept on fumbling the ball and turning the ball over in the red zone. You know, so but I'm just speaking on Georgia, Alabama though, because the way the rankings set up, Ohio State won. As of right now, I don't know how it's gonna be Tuesday. You know, they probably gonna keep Ohio State one. Yeah, what it is. They, you know, they love hyping up Big Ten teams. You know what I'm saying? Like Penn State will be like at best the 5th best team in the SEC right now. You know, behind Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Missouri, and probably LSU. You know, so but I'm gonna say I'm just giving them 5. You know, and Penn State and Michigan and Ohio State be 3rd behind Georgia and Bama. But you know, they push so hard for the Big Ten to be relevant, which they haven't been relevant in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Michigan 3, Florida State is 4, Washington 5, Oregon 6, Texas 7, Alabama is 8. Alabama is 8. That's scary for Georgia, because Georgia's number 2. And if Alabama beats them, but everybody else keep on winning, Georgia don't make the playoffs, neither does Alabama. The way it's set up right now. Because, I mean, Texas, I don't know. You know that Jonathan Brooks just tore ACL. I hate that. But unless, like, Texas lose to Oklahoma again, or Iowa State upset Texas probably gonna win the rest of their games. They in. But then again, I don't know, because the Penn State folded versus Michigan, and now Ohio State is 1. If they win out, they stand number 1. And the way it's set up, if they lose to Michigan, unless they get blowed out, they gonna just drop the 4. If Ohio State stays number 1 and they lose, they just gonna drop 3 spots. I let this sink in. If Georgia lose, they drop 3 spots. They number 5. If Ohio State at number 1 lose to Michigan, they gonna drop 3 spots. Michigan gonna go to 1. Michigan going to 1. If Florida State wins out, they number 2. And then depending on like Washington, if Washington stays undefeated, they number 3. And Ohio State is number 4. And then it would be like, what, Alabama 5? Alabama 5, Texas 6, Georgia 7. So Georgia might drop 5 spots. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if Georgia lose, definitely, we can't get blown out. You know what I'm saying? But unless Auburn, handle business versus Alabama and Jordan Hare and beat Alabama. And then let's say Georgia lose a close game, Alabama, a mad Alabama team in Atlanta, then maybe, you know what I'm saying, we good. But right now, it's hard to see both teams in the playoffs in the SEC. Like, you would think so, but the team's not losing, man. And the way the rankings set up, they trying so hard. Because Alabama is 8. Like, if Texas play Alabama again, I got Alabama. If Alabama play Oregon, I got Alabama. Alabama play Florida State, I got Alabama. If Alabama plays in Michigan, I got Alabama. If Alabama plays Washington, I got Alabama. If Alabama plays Ohio State, I got Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And sadly, the game is in Atlanta. If it was like in Miami or you know what I'm saying, Texas or California, I would have Georgia over Bama easily. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that this is in Atlanta, something about that stadium in Atlanta, Alabama don't lose. I don't know why. But something about Atlanta Stadium, Alabama play their best game. But either way, I ain't gonna say nothing. Of course, I'm a Georgia fan. But I'm just saying, Alabama's ranked 8. But they're a top 3 team in college football. You know what I'm saying? So the chances of Georgia losing to Alabama, who is ranked 8, is very high. Which means Georgia might miss the playoffs, man, if they lose. And I could be overreacting. I mean, the teams could lose too. Texas could lose a game. Oregon could lose to Oregon State. Florida State could lose a game. Florida State could lose to Florida. And all this could work itself out, Michigan might lose to Maryland and lose to Ohio State. And it works itself out, you know what I'm saying? I don't see Ohio State losing the game. Well, unless it's to Michigan. You know what I'm saying? They ain't losing to Minnesota. And it could very well work itself out. And then, most importantly, Georgia could beat Alabama and just stay at number 1 or number 2. And I could be okay. You know what I'm saying? Just Alabama just missed playoffs. But I'm just saying, like, the way it's set up, the way they got Bama so low, and Georgia at that number 2 spot. If they lose, they gonna drop 3 spots if the other teams win. And they'll be... It's scary, man. Like, the teams ain't losing. And it's like, man, they want Georgia not to 3-peat so bad. Because you best believe they gonna find a way to put Michigan and Ohio State in. They want both of them. Because they getting tired of the Big Ten not winning no championships and the SEC winning. So they gonna find a way to put Michigan and Ohio State in the playoffs together. Because one of them are gonna win it. If they do, if it's Ohio State, Florida State, Michigan, and Washington, that means one of the teams gonna win it. Ohio State or Michigan gonna win the national championship. That's what they want. Think about it. The playoff committee is mostly the people in the Big Ten. 75% of them is from the Big Ten. Like a few of them, like 2 or 3 from the South, and the rest from out west. Most of them dudes from the Midwest area, like Indiana and Ohio and New York. You know what I'm saying? All up there, up north. It's scary though, but let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could be overreacting. I'm just going because USC folded. USC and Utah folded. Like I said none of the Pac-12 teams won't make the playoffs because they're gonna all devour each other. Unless like a team folds, like USC or Utah have a horrible year, and it helps them out, which that would happen, And now it's looking like a Pac-12 team might make the playoffs, man. I said, Bo Nix might win the Heisman. Hey, man, go dog. I'm out.